Stars, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, you join me here, Slum86, and we are back for the Austrian Grand Prix on Formula Manager 2022. So the big news is there is no news. Well, that's a little lie. The game did receive an update, guys, so it's now running on version 1.1, and in that have seen a couple of nice fixes. One was the issue where if you told the drivers to slow down under a safety car, they would, or virtual safety car, they would fall off the back of that resulting pack. They'd lose time. That has been fixed. Another issue it used to be a bug, more so an annoyance, is in the qualifying, the low fuel state is now being removed as well, so we shouldn't get any more warnings like that when we're shooting through qualifying. In terms of our career, guys, nothing much has changed for this weekend. We've had no updates. Our next update in the car will come in roughly 20 odd days, and it's a new front wing design. So after that, we'll try and push for an underfloor if we can, and hopefully get that for the second half of the season, and hopefully that will see our car take a little step forward as well, guys. Another thing they did fix was the cars. So they've updated liveries and models, so the cars don't look as much as similar to each other as they did at the start. There should be differences, so you should be able to tell cars apart. So there's just a couple of things going on, guys. So as I say, we're here for the Austrian Grand Prix, and we'll be back here in a second with qualifying, and we'll see, can we find a bit of pace, or are we slowly slipping off that top edge of the field. But we'll find out here in a bit, but we'll be back for qualifying.
Our race weekend continues as we head into FP3 and then qualifying. By the end of the day, we'll know who's leading at the front, who's packing out the midfield, and who's bringing up the rear. All 20 drivers competing will be pushing their cars to the limit, pushing themselves to the limit too. But if they can push beyond those limits, well, the very best find themselves mounting a challenge for the championship. Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
You join me, guys, for qualifying, and as you can see, I think poor old Theo is on the cusp of going out, but with Pierre, I think we might be safe that we could probably leave him in the pits. Yeah, we're going to leave him in. Oh, it's a risky strategy, but we've done it now, so we're just going to have to see, does that pay off for Pierre? I don't know, will it? But yeah, it's a risky one today. But we're 2/10 off the main pace set by Perez, so I'd be hoping that should work out for us. And it will, thank God for that. But Theo is out, guys. I wasn't expecting him to get into Q3, but the fact we got him into Q2, he's no penalties, means Theo could be on for a good race, guys. So, and again, you can see how close the field split is from P15, excuse me, all the way up to P1 is just over 7/10. So it is ridiculously tight in that midfield area fight, guys, and every small upgrade we can bring will probably stand us in good stead. So that is Theo out of Q2, guys. So we'll be back in a second for Pierre's final run for his run in Q3, and we'll see where we're qualifying. You join me here, guys, quite towards the end of Q3. You can see we've got one run in, and it wasn't bad. Can we sneak out here? We're out behind Albon, so we're on fresh set of softs, obviously, for our run in our final run, and hopefully Albon won't slow us down too much. One can only hope. Ideally, it'd be nice to be out behind Verstappen or even Sainz there, but we seem to have a good turn of pace this time around this weekend. We have thrown 2 fresh engines into the car as well, which is probably helping our performance just that little bit. So we're just going to go 2 times speed here on, look at that, I think it's Leclerc just made it across the line in time. But yeah, we're going to shoot across here now and see what goes on. We're after dropping down to P6, but we've 2 green sectors, so hopefully we'll jump one of the Ferraris. There's not much there separating us. So something we need to keep an eye on as well is our engine performance and how we're doing. Here across this line, look at that, guys, P4 right on the tail of Valtteri. So I do think the fresh engine is making the difference, and maybe that was our performance issue in Silverstone, but strategy paid off to help us there. So for Austria, we seem to be back on track, guys. No updates to the car, but with a fresh engine, we are the 4th fastest car on that grid, so that is a great start. And we're a good bit quicker than the Ferrari. It's not a whole pile, but again, 5/10s cover the top 10, guys. It is just madness. So I do think it's going to be a big DRS train here at this weekend. But yeah, we'll see how we get on, guys. So we'll be back in a second for the Austrian Grand Prix.
The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
Qualifying went well for Williams, as attested by their strong position on the grid. Now it's all about finding that edge for the race itself. We saw a reasonably good qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they certainly have a good chance to capitalize during the race. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
And Austria is always full of surprises, so who knows what lies in store here at the Red Bull Ring. We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid. There we have Pierre Gasly. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. And looking at the second Williams car, they're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. And we're just moments away now. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights
Here we go,
out,
guys. Lights
and
out
away
at
we
the
go.
Austrian Grand Prix. So we're straight up to speed 2, and we're going to jump on board there with Theo, see how he gets on. So we've both set to a fairly aggressive start to the race, guys. The reasoning...
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Can we get one more done there? Ooh, Pierre's up to the lead of the race, guys. I don't think I was expecting that straight off the bat, so we're just going to slow Pierre down because...
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
We don't need Pierre running away like that, but with Theo we can keep him running pretty hard. We want to get him into the top 10 as soon as we can. And before this DRS train really kicks in, it will kick in pretty fast and hard here around... Oh, it just gets blocked off there. He was just on the wrong side, and we're going to have to now start looking after his tyres because it looks like that's the kind of progress Theo's going to make. So he's up to P13. Not overly bad, but it's not fantastic by any stretch of the imagination.
DRS enabled.
So we've DRS now from this lap on, guys, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on with it. Do expect Verstappen to come breezing past us. Incident in sector 1. A slow Haas car at the back of the field, I think.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
So this race is going to be interesting, guys. There is rain predicted for about halfway during the race. If we jump in here, you'll see we have kind of what I'm hoping is interweather, and then it's going to be wets after that. There goes Verstappen, so we should now get the DRS. And it's just going to be a race with Verstappen to see who has DRS. He gets it there on this lap, so he might disappear now a little bit. So we're just going to deploy out of these couple of corners. We just want to stay with that DRS. Verstappen is so quick. We can flick back to neutral. We have DRS. And that's important, guys, because that will leave us stretch or lead behind to Valtteri. Oh, it's the exact same as rinse and repeat. So we're just going to have to deploy again. Theo is up to P11, guys. He's flying. Theo's having a cracking race here, guys. Can he get past? Oh, it just gets blocked off. Don't think we'll have DRS here, will we? No, it goes to the McLaren. So, and Gasly is having a good old ding-dong there with Verstappen, finally gets past him, so he's racing at least for the podium positions and the top step at that, so that's a fantastic achievement. So the new engine really is making a big difference to our performance, guys. You can see here, Theo, with a bit of luck soon, will be past. And it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. And McLaren will get the DRS. So what we're going to have to do is deploy here. Oh!
Red Bull moved up. Let's have a look.
I don't know what happened there. I think he got tagged. Oh, he didn't get tagged.
That's where they spin out.
Ah, Theo. All that hard work from Theo has just been put to pit bed there now. Quite upsetting. He was having a storming race, but he still can try and come back through the field again. But I think that might put points out of the way for Theo, guys. So we're going to jump on board here with our man Pierre. Doesn't really look like we're going to have a good weekend with pole cars once more. Theo just scuppers his own chances, really. And yeah, myself and Verstappen are working nicely together now. We're building that gap.
There's an overtake from Williams.
So we're doing a good job there, guys. But yeah, we're going to run long on this first stint. We're on the mediums. Is everybody else on the mediums? Ooh, no. Perez, them are all on the hards. So there is a chance there that Theo might be able to do something again, guys, because he'll have the pace on these cars. And the factor on the hard tyres should mean he has the ability to come back through the field. But we'll just have to see. Oh, he just spun again. What's he on?
They've lost control and spun.
But Theo's really not helping his race there, guys. Ooh, look at that. We're outside the 1 second window. And now Perez is in P2 chasing us down. We're just going to have to deploy here just to get us back inside the DRS. I'm not sure is Verstappen pushing on or what the story is, but yeah, he's made us burn a lot of our ERS there. And we're going to go harvest here now.
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
We're just going to be watching Pierre's race with interest because yeah, we can't afford to have him fall outside that 1 second window like he's doing, because that's when his race will fall apart. And Max is driving on here hard and fast, guys. This is impressive from Max. I don't think we can live with this.
AlphaTauri gained a place.
We're going to try once more out of here. We're on push, and after this we're going to have to go to neutral. I think we'll get DRS here. Thank God. We don't have much more ERS to play with, and we're going to be out of it here pretty quick, actually, guys.
Position just gained by Williams.
We're just going to flick the harvest because we don't have any other option. While we're in the lead, we're also going to have to just keep the harvest on. And now go neutral. Max is pushing this race on, guys. He is doing... Oh, what? He was having an awful effort, guys. I don't know, is it worth pitting him onto the hards or something? He's just not happy on the mediums. He's
I
making
think there's been a
mistake after
lock-up.
mistake, and I don't know where it's coming from, but we'll get him to push on. So this could potentially be the worst race I've ever seen Theo have, and it's quite upsetting to see it. Just gonna go harvest again out of here. Would expect Max to come back at us. There he goes. But while we're doing that, we're just able to build up the ERS and again
Red
charge our
Bull
battery a
gained the
little bit.
place.
Theo's having his race just ruined more or less by his own mistakes, which is kind of standard now at this stage, it's sad to say. But we'll harvest away our ERS here again. And we flick the neutral. So the gap to third place now, guys, is opening up nicely. 5.5 seconds nearly. So we're doing okay. The race, and we're able just to build back up the battery just a little bit, which is good. And if I go harvest here, I'm hoping Verstappen should go by, but we should still be in his DRS range on the next one.
Red Bull moved up.
That's working out pretty well for us,
I
guys.
think someone's run wide.
Just gonna go harvest again while we have the DRS. So far, guys, the start of this race is working out pretty well. As I say, the interesting part for me will come towards the end of the race, not the middle of the race, even the pit stop area, where we decide what we're going to do.
Is that a lock-up?
I'm okay there with sitting on Max's back wheel for the short term tyre life. Max is doing a better job than us. But we're doing okay, guys. We're pretty happy with where we are. Gonna harvest again just to get our ERS fully built back up, and then we can leave him kind of race with Max. That's the notice to say we're fully charged, so we're gonna let him go and see what he can do here.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So it's going to be a pretty ebb and flow race with myself and Max. Depends what happens during the pit stops, obviously. Whether Inters is going to be the right call or not, I don't know. We can actually slow down here a second. Oh, Max is racy there, look at that. So we should get DRS again out here, and we do. There we go. So if you look at the track, what's it looking like? Yeah, it's definitely looking like it might the start go up to wet, but we're going to go for the Inters and it should dry up. And then it could be a case of Inters to the end actually, guys, as I look at that. It might never get wet enough. Interesting to go to the wets, so we're going to be going Inters. But we are doing an upgrade to the weather forecast center, so hopefully as we get deeper into the season, into next year, our predictions will be a little bit more accurate. Wow, Max is pushing on again, guys. We just about get DRS.
Someone's run wide.
And it's that move there that really costs us big, because then Max is able to do that. And that's where he gets all his lap time, so we're going to just deploy out of here. Make sure we stay within the couple of seconds. I think we've done it there. So we're really micromanaging Pierre here, but it's with benefit. The gap is up to 5.5 seconds. I think, I don't know, was it 5.5 seconds earlier, but it's closer now to 6 even, so that's good. And Max is not going to get the opportunity to dive down the inside, guys. That's interesting. So we're going to check in with Theo, see how he's doing. We'll keep an eye on Pierre on the overlay. But yeah, I think Theo's race is kind of run. He's not doing a whole pile. But Max should breeze past us. There he goes. We'll get DRS again. And it's just going to be that fun battle all the way. I'm okay with staying behind. Don't dive. Oh, interesting. I don't know who gets it there. Max. Damn it. We're just going to have to do a strategy again of harvesting here in a second. Once we know we've DRS, we have it there, so we can start harvesting the battery again, because Max is rapid, guys, and the only way we're staying with him is the fact that we have the ability to harvest our battery like this. So what lap are we expecting rain? We are expecting it around the halfway point, is it? Yep, lap 35. So it will be interesting to see what happens, but as I say, we're going to go for the inters and see what we can do. Yep, that's about it really, guys. Theo is hovering at 8 seconds off the back of Magnussen, which is a shame, because I do think he had the pace this weekend to score some points, but just not going to happen now for him.
Red Bull moved up.
All those spins have really cost them big, and we're just going to harvest here again.
We've just had a car run
Shouldn't
wide.
lose enough time there, so it should be okay. But yeah, so far so good, guys. We're doing okay.
That. They've run wide.
But so far so good. We're tipping away nicely. We're having an old ding dong there nicely with Max as well. But we can't complain too much about it all. But and we're slowly getting closer to that halfway point.
An overtake from Williams.
The gap is still kind of around the 5.5, 6 second mark back to Perez. And Theo is now slowly catching up to Joe. And that's good as well. Not sure did Joe make a mistake. I'd say that's probably more likely what happened. But yeah, we'll see. We are catching up to the back of Tsunoda here in the Haas pretty quick. So all this ebbing and flowing, overtaking should, hopefully the DRS should push us along nicely. But Perez is slowly catching up to us now. Those hard Rs are probably coming into their own. So this is where the mediums will hit this little bit of Theo. Do I put Theo in for a set of softs?
Was that a lock up on the track?
Oh, I just don't know what to do with Theo here. He's having an absolutely horrible race. And yeah, really going from bad to worse for him.
Rain coming? Yeah.
So there's rain in 4 minutes now, guys, so...
I think the rain's coming down.
Oh, the rain is coming now, guys. The rain is coming now.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
And more box this lap.
So this is actually earlier than what we were predicting. So do we pit now? I think we have to. I think we have to pit as well.
And box.
So the track is officially wet, guys. So we're gonna pit. And Max is into the pits as well, guys. Now we have to see what happens here with the rain and the tyres. What do people pick? That was a pretty slick pit stop. Now we won't have DRS anymore on Max, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on. Overtake.
And a new position.
Oh
just
wow, we're
gained
getting
by
caught so
Williams.
bad here. Look at how much Max has pulled out, guys. 7 seconds. Oh, that's disgusting. Now what we hope is that it doesn't get any wetter. What do people do? Everybody's gone for the inters. That was fairly poor luck on our part. Now, if we're going to run these inters to the end,
There's a risk of rain coming.
Yeah.
so potential wet's going to go back to inter. If this is the interline now and it's 3.7, we're going to dry out for a couple of laps and then it's going to be into wet tire season, guys. And then it'll come back down, go back up. But we could be looking. We definitely could be looking at a wet race here. So with that in mind, I'm going to go aggressive with both my drivers. The reason I'm doing that is anybody put on the wets? Nobody's put on the wets, so everybody could be coming into the pits again. Which means this could get very interesting, guys. So, as it is, the track is slowly drying out, but in 3 minutes there's meant to be more rain. And this could be an interesting one, guys. Just going to look at the track again. So we're in this period now. So apparently it's going to ramp up and it's going to get wet. It's going to stay wet. That's still above the wet line or on the cusp. It'll rain again. And then it might be inters for a while, but it's going to ramp up again. So I do think, guys, we're looking at a potential another stop here for tyres. Although it's after drying out quite a bit. It's so hard to call. We're currently at 2-3 and it's meant to be raining extra hard, so that extra rain hasn't come yet.
Leave core increase, please.
Okay.
But it could come now. Any second now, guys. I expect the rain to absolutely open up and the track to get very, very wet. If my weather forecast is right, but it's not looking like it's been right yet. And we're still drying out. So the biggest loser there was Perez. He's dropped a few places. Tio's managed to get on the back of Magnussen. But we're going to have to get Tio just to ease up on his fuel consumption. And it's still drying out, guys. Where is this predicted rain? So this is all wrong. And I don't know why it hasn't updated. But just in case we do need to run to the end, we just got to look after our tyres here just a little bit. Oh, I think I need to be attacking, guys. Because Max is stretching that gap, and there's only one way he's stretching that, and that's why he's attacking. So I just don't know where this heavy rain is. And now that I can't trust my weather forecast, what do we do, guys? Do we just let it play out and hope for the best? We need to jump on board here with Tio, and we need to get Tio to deploy. Because I do think Tio is a little bit quicker. So we'll get him past into neutral. And hopefully Theo will have the pace there then just to pull away.
And there's an overtake from
Rain
Williams.
still hasn't fallen yet, guys. Russell lost out big. Look at that, he's in P13, guys. That's pretty impressive. But the old double stack sometimes does cause a little bit of trouble for a lot of teams. It's starting to rain now again, guys. Track is starting to get a bit wetter. As my weather forecast updated, it has. This is now saying this is 2. So if this is 2, guys, it's inters for the rest of the race. If it's inters to the rest of the race, I don't know will I make it on the current strategy. We better check that out. Add strategy, we're here. So if we go to, oh, we will. So that's interesting that we will make it on these tires as we are running. Track, the track map has updated. It's going to dry out now again for a little bit. So guys, interesting. Definitely interesting. It's hard to read that that track map and how it goes, but yeah, it was a good move to get Theo past Magnussen because he's now 1.6 seconds up the road from him. And he is or isn't catching Joe's tail. He should be catching Joe. I would expect him to be catching Joe. So I think the issue there is, yeah, he's running very low in ERS as well. But we're just going to keep both our drivers pushing pretty hard. We're the only ones out there pushing on the inters, so that's a concern as well. Might just get him to back off just a little bit for a while and just see what happens. We are leading Bottas, so we don't need to risk anything with Gasly. The race win is never probably realistically on. Max is just too fast in that Red Bull, but a P2 would be a fantastic result. So we'll just keep an eye on the gap to Bottas. It's hovering around the 5-second mark, which is okay. And if it's not going to rain any heavier than this, guys, these inters will carry us through to the end of the race, so no point in burning them absolutely to death. Max is kind of just slowly disappearing. Now we don't have DRS. I knew that would happen. Red Bull is inherently a faster car, and without the DRS in the wet conditions, it's just able to show it. Perez should catch Hamilton fairly quickly. The McLarens are having a fantastic day, currently in P6, P7. Ferrari again, their little mini renaissance has seemed to have come to a stop. And Theo is surprisingly catching, well, not surprisingly, I did expect him to catch Joe. So we might jump on board with Theo here shortly and just see once he gets onto the back of Russell, we'll just start charging his battery for a lap or two and then send them all out attack to see can we get Joe. Because if we can jump Joe, I think he's quicker than Joe and he should disappear. And that'd be P10, guys. That'd be a big one. So we'll just monitor that with interest, although its gap slowly building now again. It's hard to call. It's 2 seconds. He's getting it down to 1.8, so he is catching, guys. It is slow but steady progress. Albon is actually a bit of a bottleneck there. He's falling off the pace of Leclerc, and Leclerc is past Joe, so there goes that opportunity. Still there's a chance of making good points. Again, without his spins, I do think Theo would have been way up the grid here, guys. Possibly where the McLarens are. It's just a little bit upsetting that it's worked out the way it has. And he's so tight in battery, I can't even do much with that, so we might have to look at just doing a little mini harvest here for a while just to get his battery back, guys, because we just don't have anything. While that's happening, I'll get him on push. So the gap to Verstappen has grown to 7 seconds, and we're just going to go neutral here now because we're not going to conserve any more battery, so we might as well go neutral and use up what we have. So we managed to gain a bit. We'll do it again. We might even get him just to move on aggressively on his tires. So again, we're going to go deploy out of here. So I don't know where this moderate rain that was meant to fall is after disappearing to, but there's no sign of it here, guys. So Theo slowly catching this group here with Joe, Albon and Russell in it. So if we can just get this battery up a bit, and we are doing a good job of doing it. We're just going to have to get the pace back because he's burning through fuel. But he's getting it down now to under a second nearly, so that's good. There's an Alpine going slow in sector 1. Looks like it could be Ocon.
Oh, big lock up there.
It was Alonso. Right, so we can now run standard again for a while on his tires. Oh, that was probably a mistake. Need to go aggressive. I don't know actually can I do much with this, guys, but we're going to see. We're just going to harvest the air out of this. Pick neutral again. Keep an eye on the Bottas. Bottas is doing a good job of reeling us in. He's getting the gap down to 4.5 seconds now. So he's got half a second in those couple of laps that we've been not watching Pierre. But Pierre's doing a good job. I think Albon is after getting, or Joe's after falling to the back of this queue. Ooh, look at the rain, guys. Look at the rain. It's really after ramping up. We need to check the weather forecast. So there's going to be heavy rain here, and this is for an extended period of time. So we could be about to pit for... wet tires, guys. 10 laps on the inters will be fairly painful. We're just going to get both our drivers to pick the pace up now and see what happens. There's meant to be heavy rain here coming shortly. It's apparently 1 minute out. Ooh, somebody's gone off. Not sure who that was. Don't think it was for position though.
I think there's been a lock up.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. This is where it gets interesting. It looks like it's going to ramp up to right on the cusp. That is... oof, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Does anybody else pit? Verstappen hasn't pitted. We're not going to pit. Oh, it's right on the cusp, guys. Right on the cusp. This is... wow. Now we're extending the gap again to Valtteri a little bit. And we're back on board there with here. So now it's starting to dry up again. Wow, guys, this weather is so unpredictable. How do you manage this? I just don't know. It's going to rain again apparently in 3 minutes, and it's going to be a heavy enough downpour. But it will dry up towards the end of the race. So do we just stick it out on the inters? So I think we're just going to deploy here a little bit with Theo. We're just going to try and get him past Joe if we can. We also got to keep an eye on that weather. You can see Joe and Russell has just disappeared from us, so we'll see, can we try and slip. Oh, wow. Here goes Theo's chances, and again another mistake has cost them so much in this race. It's just, it's upsetting at this stage. But Pierre's doing a solid job, guys, building, and it's actually going to dry up now. What is going on with this weather? This is apparently as wet as it's going to get. Hard to judge that sometimes. I think that's my weather forecast center not being at the state-of-the-art facility it probably should be. But yeah, we'll just keep going. Looks like being a race of interest to the end, guys. So we're slowly gapping Valtteri, which is good for us. Tire life. Wow, Bottas has a lot fresher tires, so we're just going to have to stand there again for a while. So we just get the pace to drop. We can push on here a little bit, burn up some fuel, because we have 0.4 extra. Theo can probably push on to burn up his 0.2. But yeah, we're just going to flick the 4 times here for a while, guys, because I really don't know what this weather is going to do. Track is drying out again now, so our tires have lost that blue sheen. So it'll be interesting to see what our pace does. Last laps. We're matching Verstappen for pace, guys, which is encouraging. But look at that, Perez, fastest man on the track. Ooh, Verstappen does a 1:11. We do a 1:11.1. Bottas does a 1:11.1. Look at that, the times now. The track is starting to dry up, guys. It's meant to rain again, though.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Is meant to rain again, but it is starting to get very dry out there, guys. Oh, we just need to get Theo to mind his fuel. And we're going to get Pierre to watch out for a little bit of fuel saving now as well. But yeah, they're both on standard as well. So we're holding the 5 seconds to Bottas, guys. That is good for us. Would be a P2 in the bag. We have 11 laps left. Verstappen just crossed the line there, but he's just sailed away into the distance, guys. It's quite impressive, and you can see that McLaren's there. They're not really being it well. Ricardo is being a train to science, and yeah, Ferrari's just having another poor day, guys. So it's interesting to see how it all plays out. As I say, we've coming on now to 10 laps left. Verstappen just crosses the line there, and Bottas is starting to eat back into us. Track is drying up rather quickly. Probably a little bit too quickly for my liking. It could be a case of a splash and dash the softs, guys. The weather has changed again, and there's the rain. There is the rain. So it's starting to get wetter now again. So Theo has managed to get past Joe. About time. And in fact, Pierre is going to lap Theo here. I think that's the first time I will have seen this, where my lead driver laps my second driver, so that's impressive in its own. But yeah, we're keeping an eye on the gap to Bottas. He's running around there, P3. And yeah, so it's good for Theo. He's managed to get past Joe. And I don't know, is it going to rain much more? It says it is, but who can judge this weather forecast? It's just been a right mix up here today, guys. So
Oh, did someone run wide there?
yeah, we just got to keep it in check here. 4.5 seconds to Bottas, guys. He is slowly gaining on us. But we can turn Pierre up towards the end of the race if we need to. I don't think we need to be honest. Oh wow.
6 laps to go.
Copy.
That's interesting. It touched wet enough there. I wasn't watching it. It touched wet enough there to flag the game's thing to say the track conditions changed to wet, which is over 4 mil of rain. So that would indicate that if we get another heavy downpour, which it looks like is going to happen. Oh, it's teasing me. It's teasing me.
Is that a lockup?
Not sure who we just overtook there. I think it could have been Joe, and that'll be Vettel ahead. And Ocon is right on the back of Tio. In fact, he's past Tio now. And the track is starting to dry out again.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
So we're just going to flick it too aggressive on both our drivers now. I think we can till the end. We just get him to push on here now for the last 3 laps. I don't think we're going to be worrying about changing to wet tyres now, guys. And Bottas is slowly getting us. He's got the gap down to just under 4 seconds. So we might try and see can we extend it now by running on pretty hard and fast to the end. Actually, no, Tio can afford to be on push because Tio isn't going anywhere fast. But I think we're okay because Tio will be a lap shy on his race fuel, so he can actually burn away here. Don't think he needs it to get to the end. Pierre, we just got to be wary. He's growing now the gap to Bottas, so just interesting. We're in between kind of paces. That Alpha has either got a serious upgrade or something. It is mighty quick all of a sudden. But we're doing a solid enough job, guys, and we're closing in now. Getting close to the end of the race. And I'm saying we don't have enough fuel, which is interesting, but I think we do. So here we go, guys. It looks like Tio's going to end up P15, which is a little bit upsetting. But again, he just had one of those, how many mistakes? 4 or 5 spins and locks and stuff, so just been a poor week that week. And yeah, Pierre again, flawless as always. Really leading the team here by example. And he's driving, doing the talking. Another P2. And only losing out to Verstappen. It's not the end of the world realistically. But it's so tight in that midfield spread, guys. It's quite impressive at the same time. Yeah, we just gotta keep plugging along, keep picking up points, and hopefully we'll be laughing at the end of it. So Verstappen has crossed the line to finish P1. Pierre now is going to come across the line.
Over the finish line, and today's
Should
winner.
hit P2. There we go.
Let's checkered flag. Checkered flag.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You're welcome, Pierre. Tio holds on to P40 in the end from Vettel, which was a good showing. It's amazing just to see the difference. Bottas and Vettel will be similar rated drivers, and Vettel is just struggling down the back of the grid, whether Bottas is way up the front. Yeah, Tio just had a tough race. That is exactly what that was. So, interesting race, guys. The weather really had me on my nerves there for a while, whether or not we'd be making another pit stop. I thought we would, but it never materialized. So another fantastic result for the team, guys. Another P2 for Pierre. He is really banking them in now. And I think with the way things have gone, I think we will have taken Ferrari in the constructors as well. I think there's only 3 points between us, guys. So this result could see us take them back in the constructors, which would be fantastic. So we'll get here to the race wrap up, which is there. Interesting. And yeah.
A wonderful result here for the Williams driver. This podium is a brilliant reward for everyone's hard work over the weekend. The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here. For these drivers, they'll be taking home their trophies and a decent haul of points for their team. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
You can see that the team runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything was precise and
Good
on
praise
point
there
as
from
expected.
Karun, so we'll take
right,
that.
and they finished the race weekend in 3rd place in the
Oh
constructors'
yes,
standings.
we got third on Ferrari,
As we
guys,
reach
which is
mid-season,
fantastic.
The battle will pick up again in the Côte d'Azur. Join us
So we'll
at
be
the
heading
South of
to
France at the
Paul
Circuit
Ricard
Paul
Circuit in
Ricard.
France next, and yeah, it's been another great weekend for us, guys. So really, Pierre is just keeping this team going. And what I was just thinking there, Valtteri could be a shout. We might scout Valtteri, see what his contract is like. If he's performing this well in an Alpha, what could he do in the second Williams? Could be an idea, guys. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Pierre extends his lead over Lewis a little bit in the drivers, which is fantastic. Constructors, we do gain on Mercedes, but they have such a big advantage. I don't think we're going to get it because they have 2 drivers running up there. Whether we literally have Pierre, who scored 157 points, and we have 117 constructors. That tells you everything you need to know about Theo season. Unfortunately, he's just been a little bit miss more than hit. But yeah, it might be an idea, guys, for the future. So that's it. We'll call it for the weekend, guys. It's been a fantastic weekend again for Williams. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all again.